Hey, what's going on, day ones? This podcast is brought to you by a couple of phenomenal sponsors. First up, we got Rose Vogue Stylings. Ladies, are you in the market for a new purse? What about a new swimsuit? What about some earrings? The folks over at Rose Vogue Stylings, they got you covered. Please go to rosevoguestyling.com. And while you're on the website, please enter in that promo code late night. You want to make sure you're getting all of those amazing discounts. Also, if you are in the market for a lovely timepiece such as the one that I am wearing, please go to blackwatches.com. That is BLAK watches.com and enter in that promo code late night W8 to get another fantastic discount off of quality timepieces. Again, thank you to the folks over at Rose Vogue Stylings and those at Black Watches. Now to the show. Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever. You know what time it is. Welcome back to your favorite late night podcast that we sometimes shoot during the day. I'm Nate Galloway.
And I'm Adrian Brandyberg.
And this is Late Night with Nate and Adrian. Shout out to the day ones. Like, subscribe on all of your MFN podcast platforms. Buddy, we are back. Episode 155. How are you doing out here?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, not as fresh and clean as you are over there.
Man.
But I'm doing all right. See, I made it a point not to say anything.
I know. I know during the setup. I know.
During pre-production, partly because I feel like you wanted me to say something because you were definitely doing a lot of movement where you made sure that your chin was definitely visually visual, I should say, on the camera. You were doing some things like, hey, you said something.
Was I? You know what?
Is that?
I don't remember doing that.
Whatever.
I mean, for those of you who are listening and you are wondering what my co-host is alluding to, it's a little crisp. You know, the air is a little crisp. You know, it's hitting my face a little bit harder than it normally would.
Okay.
You know, because I'm beardless. I'm currently beardless, you know.
George Foreman, you're doing the milk dud, you're doing the full on, you know what I mean?
Or you know what?
What?
I just smoked before. That's why I'm laughing like this. Milk dud. That's hilarious. You know, that's why I wore the hat, because you know
you're gonna need something.
It kind of matches. You know, it's kind of like, whoa, bald here, bald here. You know, I mean, I will say this much: there's a little shadow. You can hear it. See, you know, you kind of hear it.
Yeah.
There is a shadow. It's George Foreman, Milk Dud, Lil Bill.
Yeah, definitely Lil Bill.
Franklin the Turtle. Because when there's no Beanie Boogie, you can full on see the turtle.
Mole Rat. Yeah, you're giving real,
you know,
bare bones skeletorial.
It's, if anything, this is like black men eat hair on their face. That is what this gives.
I mean, not all the time. I mean, listen, the fact that
99% of the time.
Okay, well, let me just say this: the fact that I can still recognize you,
Okay,
without the hair. There are people, there are men that needs that beard because it defines their face.
That is true. That I feel like I still need it.
Oh yeah,
don't get me wrong. Like I still need it, but I get what you're saying. I fully do get what you are saying about it. I'm just like, oh man, like at least the Robert Townsend mustache. I was like, at least.
Yeah. I'm glad you got glasses, because if you didn't have no glasses,
Man, and you know what? Luckily for me, I was like, I don't have to go out. I don't have to be anywhere for a while. And I will say this much: the good thing about the way my skin and my hair works, it's like night and day. Like it'll be like, okay, 5 o'clock shadow, it is there. It
after 3
is.
days.
Yeah, after 3 days, that's what it is. I will say this though, I'm not. It's okay that it's gone because you get to really get down to the skin, and there was a lot of moisturization going on that had not been done in a while. Because the beard it was bearding.
I wouldn't know. Well, actually, I do because sometimes my beard comes in. I'm still lasering right now, so sometimes my beard comes in a little too patchy for me. So
especially when it's getting cold outside, like, ooh, I need to go ahead and get that off.
Yeah.
It was good to get down to the skin and be like, okay, let me moisturize, let me put some cream here.
Look at you.
A little blackhead there. So I'm trying to get that glow. Maybe you know what? This is how you know niggas is maturing, because when you get older, it's like, let me start taking care of my skin.
Yeah.
Let me moisturize. Let me get off. What is it, like 35 years of all this dead skin? Let me
exfoliate.
Thank you. I was like, what's that word? Exfoliate. So yeah, the face is bare. And God, I can't wait for the beard to come back, because as soon as I stepped outside, it's psh, psh, psh,
I mean, yeah, but don't get it twisted. The face never declines. Let them know, okay?
Face card, we're here. But there is a story as to why this is this. But I'll hold off to the grinding of the gears, because that's kind of why the face is this.
Okay, gotcha.
But how's your week been?
Week's been decent, same old same. I'm a student now for those that are new. So
what's the update?
My life, my life is studying in a Maranting, studying at night and trying to do these little pre-tests prior to the actual test. The test is that I will take.
Which is one test? It's not like tests up until...
No. Okay. It's one big ass test that I'm taking in January. And so we do take like practice tests at the end. And we're taking pre-tests for every chapter, section, competency. Yeah, in the module. But yeah, it's about, honestly, testing is all about memorizing. Can you memorize this correctly? Because at the end of the test, I promise you, it's just going to be a pump and dump, for a lot of people. I feel like that.
You're never going to use that shit again.
Yeah, because these terms, it's all about global concepts and not specific to your region, your area, your market of where you work at. Nah, this is overall everything, global concepts. So I'm just ready for it to be over. Tell you the truth.
Y'all gonna be mad. Oh shit! Page 55 changed in China.
Right.
We can update the rest of the world.
Exactly. So I'm enjoying it though, but it just sucks because I'm doing something new that I don't know nothing about, but I'm leaning into it, whatever have you.
That's
trying to elevate. Yeah.
I see you out here. But see, you know what? This is how I know you're not really frazzled yet, because you still got all your hair, grays up there.
Right.
You ain't got no bags under your eyes. So I'm like,
I got bags, but these are natural bags that I've had since I was a child. But but my bags haven't multiplied. Let me just
see, there we go. You haven't added on to the bags. So
right.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Haven't doubled up on my bags. But outside of that, man, real boring. And I'm okay. This is the winter arc season. This is winter arc time. So I'm trying to stay real boring right now.
Hey, real boring means you're gonna be saving a lot of money.
Woo-hoo.
That's okay.
Even when I try to save money, I find a way to not save money. So, I say all of this to say, because I'm planning on visiting Chicago for the holidays.
You got to do that.
Last week, I was, I should say the beginning, honestly, the top of this month of October. I was just checking flights just to see, catch a gauge, and I'm like, oh, cool, I got this. I can buy that. Let me sit on that and see if it gets a little bit better. We going to what is this? The second week of October.
Yes.
Yeah, flights done switched up on me ridiculously. But I also have an app called Hopper that tells me, hey, maybe you should either buy it now or maybe you should wait because it's gonna drop. And Tuesdays, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, Tuesdays and Wednesday is the prime day to buy your tickets. So regardless of where the tickets are, Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, will be when I purchase my tickets because I can't wait no longer.
Yeah, the longer you wait, especially as we're getting closer to, if you buy your Thanksgiving or Christmas tickets after Halloween, you're fucked. Yeah. Like you just know you're going to pay.
Well, yeah, so
you're gonna pay double.
Yeah, there's no way. So I will be purchasing my tickets. This week, I should say, on Tuesday, just because I just want to see if there's by chance it drops just a smidgy, but it probably won't. But Tuesday will be the day that I
wonder why they choose like Tuesday or Wednesday. Is it just like,
I don't know.
We know this ain't a payday, so you want these tickets, you really got to pay. What is it about like Tuesday or Wednesday? Like,
I don't know.
Maybe it's because it's like we know y'all at work, so you're gonna miss these really good deals because you're probably gonna look on a Friday. Oh, I ain't got a lot to do today. I'm off. You're gonna look on the weekend, tickets gonna be high. Tuesday, Wednesday, yeah, you're not looking for flights. You're crunching them numbers in the office. Yeah. Like, I wonder if that's really random.
Well, you ain't gonna catch me again. Let me just tell you that much. You won't catch me again.
Vacation booking on Tuesday. Gotta work booking on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Funeral booking on Tuesday.
All right.
Although you probably don't pre-plan your flights for a funeral, but
I was to say, I guess.
She told me she was dying on Monday, so
what? All right. Well, how was your week been?
It's been a relaxing ass week. I have set goals and I have stuck to those of trying to not let things bother me.
Nice.
I've just been eliminating those things, and it's just like easy breezy over here. Went on a lot of walks. Finishing up Niggas in Nature for this season. Because it's starting to get cold here in Michigan, and I'm not about to be walking outside. So I'm gonna get a couple more walks in before I transition to the gym. But it's been cool over here. I've been catching up on some shows.
Nice.
Been watching a lot of sports. Been also falling asleep on a lot of sports because these games are on entirely too damn late. I think I'm gonna say something, Boogie, that I never thought I might say.
Talk about it.
There might be entirely too much football on. There just might be entirely too much football. It was cool when it was like, all right, we got all these games on Saturday. We got games on Sunday. Cool. We even got Monday Night Football. Cool. Then you might even have like a Wednesday game for one college football team. Cool. Then we got Thursday Night Football. Cool. Now, Boogie, we got football on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. There's some games on Tuesdays. There's 4 games on Wednesdays. There's a couple of games. There's pros and college games on Thursdays. There was games on Fridays. So it's damn near every day of the week. Yeah. There is some college team playing.
Yeah.
And normally I was like, yeah, I love this. But now I can't keep up. And his teams switching conferences. It's just like, when did you get over here? Why are you playing there? This is why the games are coming on so late, because you over here. It's crazy. And it's just like, younger sports college Nate would have been like, I love this, especially when it's wintertime, because the holiday season, all the bowl games.
Yeah.
Now it's just confusion. And it's okay to not have football on every day. It was cool when we could miss it, when it was like, I kind of wish there was a game on. I can't wait for Thursday to get here. Can't wait for Saturday. Now it's just like, goddamn, like just dial it back a little bit. Dial it back some. Did watch a really good HBCU game though. Fell asleep on it, but from what I did see, it was really good. So we should get more of those on. But outside of that, everything was cool. Everything. It was a cool ass chill week for your boy. But then we got into
oh god, here we go.
My grinding of the gears.
Oh god, this is what we're really here
really
for.
Grinds my gears.
So Boogie, I do own a bevel clipper system.
Oh god,
I do own one of those, and I tried not to go to the barbershop a lot because I'm like, you know what? Why am I paying you 40 plus tip when I have this really expensive clipper set and this shaver set? I could do it myself.
Here we go.
Shaving is cool. The dome got no issues. I don't care if I mess up on the dome. There's no hair that's supposed to be there anyways. The beard though, I had it all trimmed up. Everything was nice, Boogie. Everything was lined up. It was pristine. Had it shaved down and everything. And I was like, you know what, bro? You should taper your sideburns just a little more. Just go a little bit lower.
Okay.
So, I'm like, because it's got that precision timing on the bevel, just so it hit the little doots, and I'm doing my thing. I'm like, oh, the barbers would be like, this nigga knows how to cut. I was like, maybe I will lend my clippers to the neighborhood and be like, hey, you need a cut? Let me come touch you up. The guard fell off, Boogie. The guard fell off as I was cleaning it up, and it was like, oh, this is smooth. I was going on my last cut, I was like, one more line, and something was like, don't do it, bro. Ain't nobody gonna notice that it's not necessarily. And I was like, my OCD was like, but I know this. I can see it's a little off. I just went, well, guard fell into the thing, whole just patch of beard, and I was just like, this looks really weird because now there's like no sideburn here and then just like beard. And I was like, it don't even look like there was a taper or a line. I was like, I can't fix this. I just can't. So I was like, I just gotta, just get the rest of it off.
Yeah.
I was gonna have the Robert Townsend mustache, but it wasn't working out. It just wasn't working out. And I was just like, you know what? We just gonna start fresh. We gonna just moisturize and do everything. And I'm really glad you didn't get to see what it was. You could kind of see a little bit of the 5 o'clock shadow. Sure. You didn't get to see it when it was just fresh.
Baby's bottom, huh?
Smooth. Not smooth. Smooth. Like Gary Coleman. It was just like, I was just looking at the hair in the sink, and I was like, you know what, God? I was like, you know what? We're skipping No Shave November because we need all this to come back. So I was like, we just starting early, October, starting fresh. And I just was like, you know what? I needed to moisturize underneath anyways. I needed to get up under there anyways. That's how I was looking at it. I was like, this is what it is.
So maybe what happened was your skin was like, hey, talking to the guardrail and was like, hey, go ahead and jump on out of here. Go ahead and commit suicide real quick. Jump off that.
And it was crazy was I heard it click on. So I'm like, how did you fall off? Now I'm scared to use that clipper or that clipper head and that guard. I was like, these two will never meet ever again. If I decide whenever this does come back in, if I decide to ever touch myself up again, those guards will never be used. I'm just like, no.
I wonder if it was some barber tampering.
Let's put my tinfoil hat on here. I wouldn't be shocked at that, Boogie. I would not be shocked at that at all. Because the times that I have touched myself up and went back to the barber shop, he definitely was looking at me like, who you been cheating on me with?
He was like, that's not my work
you've been using.
Yeah.
So, that's the complete story as to why I am babyface Nate. That's what it is. But I've heard the jokes of the homies like, oh, I've never seen you without a beard. And I was like, I rarely see myself without a beard also.
Shocked myself.
That makes two of us, you know. And it also feels like the cool points are just not there. When you walking around in the store, it's like, look at this nerd. Like, who is this? Before, when I was walking around with a beard, it's like, what's up, brother? That's a nice little beard you got there. You know, there was so much respect that you had. Little kids be looking like, I want a beard like his when I grow up. Now it's like, this guy's a loser.
Yeah, you went from Rick Ross to Jason Whitlock. You know what I mean? Real corny.
So I can't wait for next week's episode. I'm about to pop some champagne. The beard is back, you know. But here we are.
That's impressive, though. That's impressive. Next week we'll have a beard action going on. So.
There will be some action. I might even put a little squiggly line or something and do some designs.
Might put a little marker on there, bro.
You know, give me them
darken it up.
Pork chops. You know, like he used to have something, because I'm like, damn. But also, though, when I did mess up, I kind of was like, well, at this point, I kind of can go crazy with the rest of it, because it's like,
you know,
why not do something?
Were you practicing? And you was like, well, shit. Well, since we done messed up that side, let me see some options I could think about.
I was like, what's the number 3 look like? I was like, oh, okay. I was like, this is what the top of my head would look like if I had hair. You know, just doing all types of weird stuff. It's just like, okay. But yeah, now I'm just convinced. I was like, yeah. You know what? Nivea, other skin makers, let me be your new spokesperson. You know, your new spokesman, spokesmodel, whatever they call themselves. Let me be that. I've got the campaign. Black men need hair on their face. That's it. Show this face and then show a face with a beard. I mean, moisturize and everything.
Yeah.
Boom. You'll sell. You'll sell out. You know? Black men need hair on their face. That's it. If that campaign is out there, I know y'all listening, and 2, y'all not liking the podcast. 3, y'all not subscribing. 4, you took my idea. So
there we go. And it's October, so this is spooky season. So this is perfect. You want to see something scary? A black man without no hair. Ah!
Nate's face. That's literally how I screamed when I walked outside. Also, that's how
Nicole!
That's how I screamed when I put that alcohol on my face too afterwards.
You got a little spice ball.
Oh my gosh. I was like, whoa, this is hot. Like follicles is open and alive.
You sound like Lil Richie.
Good golly, Miss Molly. I was shouting any and everything I could shout. It's like, yo, that is crazy. Well, let's keep this thing rolling. We got a lot of people who are doing some dope things in the community. Let's get to it.
I'm tipping my hat.
Boogie! Who you tipping to this week?
My tip in my hat is going to, I want to say, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB. This is a little different why I'm tipping, but it's still I'm tipping. Navient just recently got permanently banned from servicing federal student loans, and now they must pay a $120 million in new settlement. Now, listen, I know they should be paying a lot more. Honestly, to tell you the truth, how much they razzle dazzled so many college students in getting federal loans, but for the fact that they finally got banned, this is big time. Just to give you a little bit of more context, by banning the notorious student loan giant, federal student loan servicing and ensuring the wind down of these operations, the CFPB will finally put an end to the years of abuse. The settlement closes the loop on a 2017 lawsuit that was filed by the Bureau, which claimed that the Virginia-based company, which spun was off from private student loan service Sallie Mae, by the way, misled student loan borrowers and processed their payments incorrectly. Okay, misleading borrowers about income-driven repayment plans and botching payment processing, harming the credit of disabled borrowers, including severely injured veterans, college students, and a host of others. So, like I said, shout out to them. This is crazy that student loans companies are doing this and getting away with it.
One of them. I was one of them. There was another little settlement that came out. They had
it's a couple.
Sent a little check. I was like, yeah, run me that money. But I'm also hoping that they run your boy a little bit more. Hopefully I can get some of that 100.2. Run me my little 250.
Yeah.
I'll send it over. Very predatory.
My gosh,
insane. But also, how stupid are you guys to go out here and give 18-year-olds hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to school? Like, would you give an 18-year-old $100,000 to go?
That's what I don't understand. I just don't understand this. But yet they were like, "Let's go, approved."
But also, you gotta go back and slap a lot of people. You gotta go back and slap them people who made them commercials where it's like, if you have a high school diploma, you stand to make $1 million less than someone with a degree. Like all those commercials where it's almost like they fear-mongered college into your brains, and it was like, you know what? Let's scare them into going to school, but also let's raise these prices so high they can't afford school.
Yeah.
Excuse me. That's the smoke. And let's create these loan companies that way they can not pay these loans back. I remember when Sallie Mae, they celebrated, what was it? It was like 1 million loans going into default. It was something crazy that they had celebrated.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's wild. I don't understand why we're still going through this. And this was, again, the lawsuit was filed in 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 2024.
You know what that was? Because their lawyers were like, but they knew what they were signing up. They signed up for it. They had like the shadiest lawyers ever.
Yeah.
And these people were probably just delaying. But another motion. But
and the judge was like, fuck these motions. You gotta pay. Here you go.
And all while these motions are going through, you still got to pay them goddamn loans.
Yep.
The interest, my God, it's just like, and them notes are so depressing when you get those letters that all you can do is just laugh at it because it's like, who's paying this?
Yeah.
It's like, and then when they call you, they have the audacity to say the dumbest shit to you. It's like, do you know that you on the hook for $75,000? It's like, no, I had no idea that I took out $50,000 and somehow it has magically got up to $75,000. I had no idea because I did not answer the millions of other calls that you have given or sent those letters. It's like, come on, yes, I know that. Then they ask you that dumbass question where it's like, we don't normally do this, but for you, we would be willing to take $35,000. Do you have $35,000? And it's like, yo, if I don't got 75,
what makes you think I got 35?
Then they'll be like, okay, do you know anybody, friends or family that can give you $35,000? And it's like, yo, my guy, now you're really starting to piss me off because one,
why are you focusing on my family and friends? Don't put my family and friends in your mouth, my guy.
It's like, if I don't have 35K, because it's like, don't you think I would have asked my mom and dad if they had it? Don't you think they would have been like, you know what, son? I know you got these student loans. Let me
help you out.
We got this random 35K just laying over here. Let's just get this to you so you can settle these loans. Don't you think they would have gave that to me and I would have called y'all?
That's wild.
I told a guy that. I was like, you know what? I would have been called you because I would have settled this a long time ago because I don't want y'all blowing my phone up.
Right. I like this is what really blows my mind. Like if I if I was in debt and I owed money to somebody, I would be excited, and I had the money, I would be excited to reach out to them and be like, here go your money.
Man.
Thank you so much. Here's a little bit more just because you had to wait. You know what I'm saying? That's me. Now, if I'm not reaching out to you, that means I ain't got it.
That should tell you something. So you mean every time you call, you get sent to voicemail? Like, what are we doing here? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's just insane to me.
Yeah,
but also, I'm petty enough that if I had the money, I'm like, so this is the address? Okay. I'm sending pennies. Like, that is what that's what it is. I'm showing up to the treasurer's office, count it. I got time. Count all 35,000 of these pennies, and I want a receipt. And if you tell me you ain't taking it, I'm like, can you please put that? Can you note my account that I showed up with $35,000 of pennies, and y'all said y'all not taking it. So therefore, I'm not paying y'all nothing else because I tried. I tried.
Anyway, tip my hat off to the CFPD. So
try saying that 3 times fast.
I know. Who's your tipping?
My tipping is going to Tuskegee University. They are launching the first HBCU aviation program in Alabama to train Black pilots. This is dope. They just announced it as a newly accredited aviation program. That part is important.
Yes.
Making history as the first and only historically Black college or university in Alabama to offer an aviation program for students. The program is an extension of the Tuskegee University's mission to contribute to training the next generation of Black pilots. Recent reports show that only 2.5% of pilots were Black, compared to 87% of the white counterparts. It's a gap that Tuskegee is hoping to fill. It also is a full circle moment for the state of Alabama, which was home of the legendary Tuskegee Airmen. In 1945, they made history as the first Black pilots to join the United States military.
That's amazing.
Kudos to them. I think that's dope on so many levels because I can't imagine the racism that Black pilots face.
Yeah.
It's very rare that you see a Black pilot. Whenever I see him, I always get that much happier. Like, let me stop in and dap you up. Thank you for landing us safely, brother.
Seriously,
appreciate you, sister.
I feel so much more comfortable at ease when I see a Black pilot, or just a Black pilot or Black attendants in general, just because I'm like, now I know they care about their life, so we are okay. Man, you know what I mean?
They done said their prayers, lit they Palo Santos. They done checked everything and checked it twice.
Okay, you talking about somebody that take their job seriously?
Man,
no, they have to get up and fly a plane, a whole ass contraption. Okay, fuck the people. They are concerned about themselves. Okay.
Not only that, they're also concerned that if something goes wrong, they gonna be blamed. So they like, nah.
Not on my watch.
Everything is running smoothly.
Right,
also,
not
though,
on my watch.
They just seem like so much cooler, even when you have like, like the Black flight attendants that be like, yo, we about to take off from Fort Lauderdale. Go ahead and buckle up them seats, lay them trays forward, because it's about to be a smooth flight.
You know, it's a different type of sauce that they spread.
It really is.
You know, that they give the cheer and amongst the patrons, that we feel at ease, comfortable.
Like, yeah, I was like, I got this. And you know what? I love it when it's Black women. I get even more excited when it's Black women pilots, because they're even more rare than it is brothers. So I'm like, yeah, sis, I see you make that little turn over there. You hit that. You got us, back to 90 degrees. I see what you did there. So kudos to them.
Yeah, kudos to them for sure.
Boogie, you know what time it is. It's time to get to news you can or can't use. All right, for news you can or can't use. Before we get into these topics, we only have one death this week.
Whoa, chill out. Why did you have to say that?
Sadly, let me say this right. Sissy Houston, because during the prep I said Cicely Tyson, so I was like,
Hey man, focus right now. Focus.
Sissy Houston left us. She ended up passing away earlier this week. So definitely a moment of silence to her. What's crazy is the internet was showing a lot of clips of her. A lot of people don't know. Not only was she obviously she's Whitney Houston's mother, but she won 2 Grammys. She was a award-winning gospel singer.
Yes.
Amazing background vocalist.
Mm-hmm.
The funny videos though was the shade that she threw. It was videos of her singing for Aretha Franklin and just the facial expressions that she was given. I was like, this is hilarious.
The side eyes.
And it was just like, you know, I love old Black people because it's like, one, y'all been through so much shit. So it's like, we got this, the grace that y'all are given. Like, it's you deserve it. You get all the grace in the world. I can't wait to get old so I can be as shady as y'all niggas. I can't wait. I love it. The pettiness that old niggas throw is just amazing. It was just petty shade. I was just like, yeah, I love it. I love it, OG. I love it. But definitely a moment of silence for her passing. Hopefully next week we will not have any deaths to report. I'm really hoping that we have no deaths to report. All right, let's get to it. First topic on news you can or can't use. This one was one of those. I scratching my head.
I was lost. Yeah.
I got onto Beyonce's internet, and this was the first thing on my timeline. Like, Bath and Body Works has apologized, and they are pulling candles depicting the KKK hood, the Klandle, as what people have called it on so many sites. Since they are apologizing, the candle's been removed from shelves online after catching backlash for seemingly depicting a KKK hood-like design. Says on Tuesday, Bath and Body Works started trending after a user on X posted a screenshot of the candle, which showed the company's snowed-in scent featuring snow-like design set against the red backdrop. Let me go back and repeat that. The company's snowed-in scent featuring a snow-like design sent against a red backdrop. However, the snowflake design closely mirrored the infamous hoods worn by the KKK. There's white snowflakes, especially arts and craft style snowflakes, are known to have different holes and shapes cut into them. Duh. The design on the Bath and Body Works snowed-in candle design strangely looked like multiple KKK hoods. I think I put too many K's in there. Lined up in the row with the 2 circles cut out for the eyes and diamond cuts out appearing to separate each hood from the neck. Social media users quickly began calling out the BBW. Bed Bath and Body Works. Don't call them BBW.
Yeah, please no.
And demanding,
why are we doing that?
Their snowed-in candles with its odd KKK hood-like design to be pulled from shelves and online platforms. Users also urged the company to investigate the people behind the controversial product and design and to fire them. Since going viral and being called out by the masses, Bath and Body Works has acknowledged all of the concerns and issued an apology for the error in design. According to TMZ, a spokesperson for BBW told them, "We are committed to listening to our teams and customers and committed to fixing any mistakes we make, even those that are unintentional like this one. We apologize to anyone who offended, and we are swiftly working to have the items removed and are evaluating our process going forward."
We get it.
TMZ also noted that their marketing error arrived 2 years after Bath and Body Works came under fire during Black History Month.
I mean, listen, this is what they do, okay? Clearly, they don't have people that are stopping other people. They don't have people in the creative design team that does a double take to check work to see if it would be offensive at any point. No, what they're doing is they are hiring people off of freelance creatives off of in different countries off of Wix or whatever those third party websites to hire people out of the country to do these designs so they can get it for cheap and put it on in their stores or on their websites. This is crazy. Honestly, when I first looked at the candle, I was like, why did they cut it off that way? Why did they have to cut off the snowflake in that manner? Like, they could have just.
So if I'm going with what I'm listening to, so you are going with your vote is it looks like the KKK. Is that what we're?
What I'm saying is, I can see where it looks like a snowflake.
Okay.
But why would you just have it cut off that way?
Because of the jar.
I understand the jar. Yeah, I understand that. But you could have added another hole in it, motherfucker, and it would be fine.
Oh, you mean like a hole in the top of the flake or whatever?
And it would be fine.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
What you're saying is it doesn't look like the KKK.
I don't see it. I think this is the reach of all reaches. I say that because you can look at the candle, you can see that it looks like one of those folded paper mache snowflakes. You can kind of
it does
see that. That's kind of where my mind went. I'm like, origami niggas, like y'all can't see.
I get it.
I think that, and you know me, Boogie. You know me. I'm like racism. White devils.
All right.
But this one is not one of those things. I was wondering. I was like, did a white person? Excuse me. Did a white person call that out? Was this a black person that called this out? I'm really interested. And I'm never one to be like, okay, we being too sensitive, but it kind of feels like we're being a little too sensitive.
But I feel like we should be too sensitive during these times.
Only if it actually is a KKK hood. When H&M was like, oh, the monkeys in the jungle. Okay.
Yeah.
Understood. When Bath and Body Works did the Black History kente cloth candles, that was blatant. Understood that one. But they're literally telling us this is from our snowed in frosted snowflake line.
But you don't know. You don't know. Maybe the snowed in is a code for the folks out there on the Klandle side.
Klandle. You know who we need to come in here? We need Dr. Umar to come in here. This is a great question for him. Dr. Umar, do you see? I really want him because he would be like, it is, what would he say? It is Pan-Africanism over candles. He would find a way to.
He would have told you, my brother, that's racist.
He'd be like, my brother, the struggle is much harder than us minimalizing it down to candles. We have to light up that mahogany teak wood and not the snowed in. They're telling you in the words, my brother, snowed in. Are you a bunny hopper?
Yep.
These are bunny hopper candles.
That's how they psychologically brainwash you, by putting these images that are close to the images that we are accustomed to.
No brother should ever have a candle that's snowed in, because that means you play in the snow. And my young brother, we don't play in the snow. We don't bunny hop over here. Mahogany teak wood only. That's what he was saying.
That's true.
But yeah, I don't know. This is one of those ones where I think that there probably was one or two black people in the company, because they've probably hired since the kente cloth candles. And even those niggas was like, I don't see it either. Like, it's a snowflake. It says it right there. Like,
but you also have to remember, a lot of black people in companies, especially when they are the tokens, they go along with it. They go along with it. Just because, like, nigga, I ain't trying to lose this job. Yeah, that looks
25
good.
an hour.
That looks good. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that at all. No.
I don't see the KK. What?
Where?
Light it up. You know, I mean, I don't know. Again, this is just one of those, and I get why that you have to apologize.
Yeah,
even if there is, because if you don't apologize, and it's just like fuck, it's just like, you know what? Maybe y'all should just stop trying to put anything seasonal on the can, because you got fucked up during Black History Month. Don't do nothing where it's like this is that. Just candles.
But BBWs are a seasonal. That's where they make their money from seasonal events.
My mind went to someplace. That's when you said that. I was like, yeah.
Right.
I was like, Black women making money in the. Okay,
all right.
I was like, all right.
Okay. Anyway,
but yeah, it's I get it. This is one of those things where they're gonna have to really bring somebody in, like
they ain't got the money for it. Come on, they already closed down. They already closed down so many BBWs. So
they closed down.
They closed down a few.
Oh damn! I don't be going to the mall like that to really know. So I'm like, damn. But yeah, you got to bring in like one of those PR firms. You got to bring in people who are really like, yo, this is the most safe way to show a snowflake. But also, this is where I will agree with you, Boogie. There probably were other snowflake designs that y'all could have used to alleviate anyone even doing this. Right? No zigzags, like you said. Maybe put like 2 more holes, and also, no snowflake is identical either.
That's what I was about to say.
Change it up. You could have put the dot. You could have rearranged these things to where people were like, yeah, this is a snowflake. This is not, because ain't no clam mask. I feel like, haven't seen any up close and personal outside of when I was in like history museums. I feel like the holes are kind of like, you know, symmetrical. I ain't never seen no hole up here and then one over here. They're not oblong. They're usually like right there. So you kind of know. So just change up the holes on the snowflakes.
They could have just did 1 hole. They ain't even have to do 2. Why they had to do 2?
That too, you know. But hey, I mean, what says y'all? Leave it in the comments. Let us know what y'all think.
Yeah.
Was racist? Are they a part of the KKK? Are you gonna buy the Klandle? You know, they're also showing people who bought it how they can, you know, peel off the artwork on there for those who didn't like it. So I was like, yeah, you could always do that too. Anyways, topic number 2. Method Man opens up about his lifelong battle with depression. It never really goes away. I think we got a clip for that. I'm trying to find a story too.
The point I'm trying to make is every now and then you get a thought about, damn, I wonder what this person's doing. Act on it. Call them. Yeah. See how they doing, or find some way to get in contact with them. It never hurts. You have no idea how much that could mean to them. Because, you know, I go through these bouts with certain shit. And
do you still go through that?
Yeah. It never really goes away. It never really goes away. You have, like I said, I have bouts with it and things. And Dave saw that. Like, and he just sent me a text message. Beautiful text message.
It's love.
Yeah. And it was like, it spoke to me big time. And all I could put was all of this with a heart emoji. And I don't even give heart emojis, son. But yeah.
It felt good to know that somebody's thinking about your well-being or your health.
He had to throw his son real quick.
I went through depression after my sister died, brother died, my grandfather, same time.
I can only imagine.
So I was like 2 years straight going to therapists. And it could be a sunny day, the shit look dark outside. And what I try to tell people is...
Was it an aggressive type of depression?
No, I went through it. Like, I never tried to kill myself or never even thought about that.
I mean aggressive towards the ones around. I was aggressive. Nah,
I was just sleeping. I was sleeping in the bathtub with no water running.
Wow, yeah.
Looking up at the ceiling. And I went to a therapist.
Isn't that how you sleep in the bathtub?
2 years.
Usually without water in it.
Myself up. And so I tell people, you could be in a gang, you could be in anything. Somebody trying to kill you, just move to another state.
Another state, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But when you fighting your own brain, it's with you all the time. You go to the island, you could be in the Fiji island with the bluest water, but you're still fighting that demon.
You are. But the illest one is when you do these displays as a a cry for help, and people, some see it and just feel like it's a facade, or I don't know how they take it, but there's a lot of times those people don't get help. I mean, in the bathtub, that's a definite cry for help right there.
That is a cry
for
help. He
said, that's a cry for help.
He said, nigga, you crazy.
He said, he kind of low key. He was like, yeah, that's a cry for help.
He was like, yeah, you was in the bathtub, my man.
Yeah.
He's like, you.
No water? Yeah.
Yeah, right. I think that this was it was good to see.
Yeah.
Good to see, especially from a black male's point of view.
Absolutely.
Obviously, I'm a black male. We deal with so much. Black people in general, we deal with so much, and we hold it in. We usually don't talk about it. And you heard what he said. I don't send heart emoji, son. You know, that right there lets me know this is a guy that doesn't talk about his emotions, or didn't talk about his emotions or feelings. And as so many of us brothers, we don't talk about it because you feel like you have to be tough. And if we do talk about these things, you're going to look at me as if like I'm a bitch or this or that. Honestly, I feel like you not talking about it, I feel like that's what makes you a bitch. In my opinion. This was beautiful to hear. So I was going to ask you, but I don't know. So what do you do when there are moments of like depression or things that you do to kind of help you cope? What are your
that's a very good question. I take things one day at a time, one moment at a time, and I remind myself that, you know, regardless of whatever I'm going through, it's temporary. And I do things like, you know, writing down my feelings to get it out of my brain, or, you know, set up a session with, you know, my therapist so I can talk to that person, or I go for a walk, and, you know, get a good run in, you know, go while you're going for a walk, go somewhere where you can yell real quick. You know what I mean? You gotta get that emotion out. You know, you get that, you know, get all that pent up feelings out. Go, you know, go to a boxing class, or go punch a pillow or something. You know, something that you can get those feelings out, because suppressing and holding those emotions and feelings will really be a detriment to you in the long term, versus not being able to express or share those feelings. So
it's funny you mentioned like going to get that energy out. I feel like that's why those what are those rooms you can break stuff in, those places.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that's why those places start popping up everywhere. It's like, are you experiencing anxiety? Are you frustrated at work? Come break shit. Like, I feel like that's what those are for. Those are all very dope things, and it lets me know that you're way more mature than I am when it comes to handling.
Is that right?
Your depression and things. This show's like, damn, women, y'all are way more mature. You know, most of us do is, you know, you got to internalize it, let it build over. So you have an ulcer, then it kills you, and you up in heaven like, damn, I wish I would have handled that differently.
Looking down like, damn, look at them living out their life right there.
Meanwhile, y'all are gardening. Y'all are just like, oh, okay, depression, let's get away. Us niggas are like, argh.
What is wrong?
I'm angry.
Right.
I do agree with him, because I still deal with bouts of it, where my depression, or it does kind of lead to lashing out.
Okay.
And I have learned to control it. Because sometimes I do recognize my triggers as like, yo, today is just a day.
Yeah.
So I do have to kind of go through and self-regulate to make sure that it's not coming across like, yo, he sounds a little in a mood. Yeah. So I'm often regulating my voice and things to make sure it's like, yo, does that sound like you're in a tizzy? So that's why people are like, can you speak up? And I was like, nigga, if I speak up, you're gonna be like, you sound a little angry. So I'm like, I gotta stay at this level.
That's fair. Yeah, no, that's fair. Cause I do irritation and irritation for me. That's one a great sign of that I'm going through it, where I'm irritated at everything. Like, nigga, what? Huh? Oh no. Yeah.
If I'm overstimulated, that can sometimes being overstimulated for me, that can trigger depression, which is weird. Which is why I'm not on social media a lot.
Yeah.
You see my posts are not as frequent because it's too much.
Yeah.
But I have learned to, so I've got like coloring books. I will draw, paint, any of those types of things to kind of help free my mind. That's why I'm out in nature a lot. That helps. Just getting out in that sun, touching some grass. Some people say it all the time, but you kind of do need to get out in the sun, let that hit your skin so you can just reset your brain. Listen to a lot of nice, soft music that doesn't have a lot of lyrics to it sometimes. I just want something just to be in like just a peaceful ass mood.
Yeah.
A lot of times, I do have a therapist, so I will schedule meetings from time to time when I feel like I'm really going through it. But a lot of it is self-help. It's kind of recognizing like, okay, go through your paces, go through your steps, rereading a lot of things, and just trying to set an element of these are my triggers. I know what triggers me. And if I feel like it's going that way, let's get ahead of it before we really off the tracks. And then it's just like, I got to do that much more work to get myself back on. So it's just kind of recognizing those things.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate these types of conversations, especially male driven, where they are proactively, talking about it, because of the fact that what you said, there's a lot of stigma and negative connotation with, men sharing their feelings or being emotional at all. Like, and, I know a lot of women speaking, from personally, I like a man that express emotion. Like, when
talk to me, nigga.
Right, exactly. Seriously. And there are moments where I'm like, I want you to be, really touch into your masculinity. But at the same time, there are moments where I hope you touch into your femininity. Yeah, you gotta be soft, especially when it comes to me. Like, you can't be hard with me all the fucking time. Son, son. I don't do heart emojis. You don't do heart emojis to your wife?
It's like, nigga, I'm your girl.
That's what
I'm soft. Right.
So I want, and I always say this. A lot of men, they put on fronts for their boys. It's not for the women, because the women, they'll do whatever they want to get to where they need to get. But for their boys, it's, I don't do that shit. I don't
be crying in front of my lady. Nigga.
I don't do none of that.
Better man up. I'm a man. I'm crying on the inside, nigga, like a real man.
And then really develop an ulcer and get a heart attack and all that other shit. Hypertension and shit.
Why did he have a stroke at 55? Because the nigga ain't cry.
Because he's a man, okay?
Because I'm a man. That's why the life expectancy is so low for us.
Why are you laughing though? That's not funny.
It's funny, but it's not funny. It's funny because it's like, damn, we really do be doing it, and we know that we do it.
Yeah,
and it's just,
and y'all still fucking do it.
It's like, why are you so mad? I'm not mad. And it's like, nigga, I can see it on your. I'm not mad.
This guy here, boy.
I know, because sometimes that's me, but there are moments where people think I'm scowling, and I'm like, I'm really just in like a deep ass thought, and I'm not thinking about anyone. And they're like, "But you're frowning." I'm like, "But I'm not frowning at you." So it doesn't matter.
I do. I will say there are times where I've been told that I need to develop a poker face, or I have a resting bitch face that I always look mad all the time. Yo, it is not that I'm mad. I'm actually really in a good place. Okay. And it's so unnatural for me to be walking around like this all the time. So what you gonna get is
exactly.
And that's it. That's how you know I'm in a good space. When you see an emotionalist me, that means, oh, okay, Adrian is serene right now. I'm chilling.
Right. You know, I feel like if I'm just that, he's going through like this nigga, he's cheesing from ear to ear, like
fake.
My serial killer. What is going on over here? No one is just smiling like that.
Yeah.
I will say this because I know you got to get control of your vices. Some of the vices can lead to the depression even more. And some of the vices that you think will help you with depression don't necessarily help to it. Alcohol, drugs. When I say drugs, weed. Don't know anything about some other ones.
That's fair.
There are things that do help, but then there are things when you really are going through it, you shouldn't pour on top of that. But let me just, let me hit this. Right. Get a little taste of that little Henny. Some of those things you just kind of just be careful, because I feel like it does put you into a worser space. And one of those things for me was comparison, because we've had some conversations, and that really has led to my depression, and especially with the industry that we are in. It comes with the territory. We are constantly competing with everyone. You're competing with your homies. You're competing with people you don't know, and now we're competing with AI. We're competing with the algorithm. We're also competing with a lot of talentless people that we didn't have to compete with before, and that really messes with your depression. I think I reached a certain point in my career, especially in stand-up. I was like, I'm out here, I'm doing it, hitting these stages, I'm doing rooms I didn't have access to, and I'm meeting people. And then there was a point where it kind of stopped, and it was so soul crushing to where it was just some deep, dark moments. And I think a lot of my creatives, you know what I'm talking about, whether you just know those deep, dark pits. And I'm here to tell you, there's ebbs and flows to this entertainment game. You just have to keep your mental as strong as you can. Have good people around you. That also helps. Ask if you can dump, or ask if you can talk to them. Don't just dump on them, because they're going through their own things, especially other creatives. But if you got your soft places that you can land from time to time, just hit your homies up. I know, Boogie, you have been that for me, and I'm like, yo, this is what I'm going through. So you just have to have those people, and not people who are going to tell you yes all the goddamn time. I get it. From time to time, you do need that yes, but more times than not, you need people who are going to be like, hey, yo, bro, sis, you fucking up. Like, you do need that to help you get through whatever you're getting through. So,
that's true.
That is just that. But again, get help with your depression, because I feel like it's one of those silent killers. We talk about other silent killers. It is one of those. So there are tons of avenues out there. Research it, get help. There's tons of things out there to help you with your depression. So if you're going through it, reach out. Boogie, it's time to get to y'all niggas is tripping. Who's tripping for you this week?
My yo niggas is tripping is going to Tampa resident who calls himself Lieutenant Dan. decided to refuse to leave his boat during Hurricane Milton and survived. Now, listen, this is it's all fun and games, and I'm glad that he was able to survive, but he resisted pleas from the police, from the TikTok viewers that he's on live with, to leave his boat from Hurricane Milton. And if you guys remember, there was a hurricane prior, and it was Hurricane Helene or Helen. Well, he stayed on the boat for that too. So, you know, it's all fun and games now, and I'm glad that he's safe. And shout out to Conanans for help raise him almost 40 grand for a new boat for live streaming. Now. Oh, it is?
Yeah, then someone gave him $100,000 boat.
And shout out to him. Yeah, that's how we're supposed to help people. But he's not the only one, and I'm using him as an example because I also saw a pregnant woman outside playing around while Hurricane Milton was going on. Hey, yo, when is it gonna be enough to stop making things for profit? Like, your safety and your health shouldn't be in jeopardy or at risk for you to gain monetization on these social media platforms.
So-called views and shit.
Yeah, I get it, but y'all need to realize, hey, maybe I shouldn't take this risk. Because, again, I'm not wishing bad things to happen to anybody, but you only get so much good luck. That's all I'm going to say. There's only so many times.
I shouldn't be dancing in this shit water.
I'm just saying.
These stories are irritating for a lot of reasons, because there are people who stayed and they died, or if they didn't die, they may have got injured, or it's just like, why put yourself through that? And I get it. This is his property. I understand this is where you live at, but you can't do shit like this. It's like, bro, you're living on a boat in the middle of a hurricane. You're gonna be the first person to get hit. You're on the water. And I get that you can't. I'm trying to figure out how to say this. I understand that you got to be careful with getting people off of their property, but in situations like this where people clearly aren't making the best decisions for themselves, I don't care. Storm that boat, throw them in jail. It is what it is. Don't damage his property or anything. Don't physically hurt him or anything. Get him in. Do what you got to do to get, put him in jail. Yeah. Once this hurricane is gone, we'll let you go. It is what it is. But we can't keep having you out here doing this. And then we're rewarding him. This dude got rewarded.
Yep.
It's like we reward bad behavior. It's insane. And I know we saw a lot of people were like, well, you got to have money to leave. You got to have money to evacuate. It's like, look, bro, for the people who had vehicles and things, I'm not talking about people who don't have those cars or whatever. If you had a vehicle with at least a half a tank of gas in the car, you could have drove away. They were literally telling people that on the news. If you had a car and you had a little bit of gas, you can drive to the evacuation zones. You can sleep in your car. People, you got to have a hotel. You don't have to have all that. If it's just your life is on the line, you can hunker down in your vehicle for a short period of time, bro.
I know, and I understand there were other folks that were saying, the roads were just jam-packed with traffic. So, for hours on hours, and, they would rather be in the house while the hurricane hits versus being in their car waiting to reach an evacuation area. I get it. There are moments where, because of their property, just like what you said, all of the sweat and tears that they've put in order to get to, where they are now, just for it to go away. in a split second because of a hurricane, or hurricanes, I should say. Shouldn't be up to us to say whether or not they should leave. But when it comes to having kids, when you have children, I think that's where you got to stop being selfish. Now, I get it, the one person, there've been a number of people that are by themselves. I get it. That's your choice. But like a grandma, I saw a grandma that was like, I'm not moving. This is my house. Yeah, well, guess what? Her grandkids came in and was like, nah, grandma, let's go. We out here. We getting you and Grandpa Joe out of this motherfucker.
I was glad that they grabbed them. And I get it. Sometimes you have to force them out.
You have to.
If it's for a medical reason where this is the bed and you have to be hooked up to some type of electricity to keep yourself running, I understand why you're not leaving. I get those things. Most people, you have homeowners insurance, you got boat insurance. It's almost like you'd rather cash in that free ticket to heaven than finding a way to get out of here. It's like, look, bro, like you don't need much in that regard. Just pack up what you can pack. If you have a means of a car or whatever, and go. I saw one dude, he was like, yeah, I got pets. If they can't leave, I'm not leaving. Dog, if you don't put your dogs in the car and drive away, there's no point all y'all sitting there dying because you got pets.
Yeah.
Like, be smart. And there were even groups that were saying that there were churches, there were emergency groups that had vans and things that were going around getting people out, and people were just refusing to leave. So that's when it's just like, bro, it's frustrating. And the government also fucktards on both sides. Fucktards on both sides, Republicans and Democrats, because it is very frustrating to see that you have people here on this soil in these hurricane zones who cannot get help. There's places in North Carolina, streets have completely been washed away, homes are washed away, places in Florida just completely gone. Yeah. But we are sending money to other countries, and I can only imagine how those people who are really hit the worst, how they are feeling. Yeah. And we're out here blasting across the TV, vote for me, sending circulates in the mail, to get you to vote for these people, and you're not doing anything for the people who are in your hardest hit areas. It's like you guys are just doing a huge disservice to everyone. It's just fucking crazy.
Yeah,
people not answering phone calls because of politics. It's like, bro, do what you need to do to help your people. I don't give a damn whether you like this person, don't like this person. Pick up the goddamn phones to solve the problem for the people. Sorry for my rant.
Okay, so you sound like you about to go into a political.
I couldn't do it. I could not do it. I would be like Eric Mays. You out of order. That would be me.
Oh, God.
I couldn't do it, Boogie. I couldn't do it.
I can't, especially they're gonna be like, excuse me, Mr. Nate, Senator Nate, you can't smoke any more weed. Like this is outrageous. This is outrageous.
Did you have a little nip before you came in? That's racist. How dare you assume that a black man was in here smoking weed?
Senator Nate, you reek of weed right now. You reek of ganja and Reggie Bush right now. Okay.
You just passed a bill to sponsor weed being legal in every country. That doesn't mean I'm smoking it. I don't know. Anyways,
who you got for your niggas is tripping?
This story was a wild one. Colorado tree worker loses both of his legs on his first day at his new job. Obviously, I'm not giving him the y'all niggas tripping. Giving the y'all niggas is tripping to his employers. This man is being hailed as a miracle survivor after a tragic wood chipper incident on his first day on the new job. John O'Neill, he's 33 years old, was 15 minutes into his workday when he lost both of his legs in a freak accident. The accident took place last month when O'Neill was operating a wood chipper. According to 2Fab, he explained that a fishhook-shaped branch he was feeding into the wood chipper got caught under his ankle monitor, dragging him toward the machine. Seconds later,
ankle monitor?
Yeah, he had an ankle monitor on. It's probably one of those work release programs or some sort. The branch grabbed the ankle monitor, dragging him toward the machine. Seconds later, he sustained severe injuries to his legs and feet. Despite the harrowing situation, he remained calm and held onto the edge of the machine while shouting for help. His coworkers couldn't hear him immediately because he was wearing ear protectors, but once they realized what was happening, they rushed to help him. By the time he was pulled from the machine, the blades had reached the middle of his thigh. It looked like something out of a movie. He added, "I didn't freak. I stayed calm. My coworker said I was very cognitive throughout the whole thing." His coworkers created a makeshift bandage, helping him to stay alive until paramedics arrived. O'Neill was airlifted to a nearby hospital where he briefly died as his heart stopped, but doctors were able to revive him.
Wow.
Following the incident, his friend launched a GoFundMe campaign, which has raised $25,000 of its $30,000 goal.
My gosh.
Obviously, I know why the brother is smiling. About to get a big ass lawsuit, man. I can't imagine staying calm. I'm talking about he stayed. I would not have been calm. I would have been moving my little nub. Help me. I would have been just, it would have been.
I'm not about to acknowledge that. I'm not about to acknowledge that. Nope.
I would have been.
Why? What is wrong with you?
I'd be like, so how bad is it, Chief?
And then they had ear protecting on, so everybody was like, doing my job.
Right.
doing my job. First, an ankle. So, at this point, I just feel like when you doing manual labor like that, you have to ensure you have safety precautions and what is it called? Stop releases on machines when there's issues like that, so accidents don't happen like that.
What's crazy is the stop release is probably on the side of the machine, not the front of it. That's the crazy part.
This man said he's holding on while the wood chipper is wait. Stop! He's holding on as the wood chipper is going through his legs and trying to pull him into the wood chipper. And everybody is wood chipping and doing their own job.
While you work, they just not even paying attention.
And he's calm, yelling.
That's why he's flexing, because he's like, yeah, upper body strength. Didn't skip bench press day. Because he was like holding himself in there. You know what? I'm just like, I feel like it's your first day. I'm 99.9% certain you should not be feeding a wood chipper on your first
by
day.
Yourself.
First 15 minutes. Not even did you read the manual? All right, we're gonna have you go ahead and load this wood chipper. Like, what?
Oh gosh. He should have had some longer socks or something, my guy.
Maybe he did. I hope you wouldn't be out there with shorts on, but who knows? Also, the irony of this story that you gave y'all niggas tripping to Lieutenant Dan, and now this guy
is the actual Lieutenant Dan.
That is rather ironic how we set this up, not even really noticing that. That is crazy. But also, how much you think he's going to get? How much you think he's going to get from this lawsuit? If you had to do a ballpark figure, what's a number that you think that?
Well, that 30 that from the Gold Fund is probably going to cover his medical expenses. But after
not even half. Not even half.
Yeah.
Not even half the medical expenses is going to be covered.
Yeah, because you would know doing surgery on your leg was
$120,000.
There we
is
go,
what it costs for, and this is just to repair kneecaps. So I can't imagine having to
amputate.
Yeah, amputate, and the therapy from that. Also, I ain't gonna hold you up, Boogie, but I feel like every dude is like, yo, I done already lost my feet. I already lost my shins. I'm getting closer and closer. I can't lose my dick. Like I
That's
can't.
why he was yelling, yo, hey,
yo. He's like, I still got to be able to function. Yo, I'm just like,
oh gosh.
But man, this is easily one of those cases where they're like, we've had the biggest lawsuit in Oklahoma history. We just won 900 million. This is gonna be one of those cases.
Yeah,
because he's 33 years old. You have to live out the rest of your life. So the expectancy for a dude is like what, 70, 75? Yeah. So he got a whole 40 some plus years to be in a chair. You got to redo his house. It's a lot.
Or he can get them them legs.
That's true.
Those cost a lot too.
I would definitely get the legs. Tink me up, my boy. I would get I want the best titanium paper clips you can give me. Hook me up.
Gosh. Okay.
I'm gonna get Jordans. I'm like, give me a size 12 so I can get the J's on them. Like, yo, you see it? Like, I'm gonna get the ones with tattoos on them too, like where they can put them in however they put them skins on it. I'm like, yeah, you see it. And you know what though? Because it was a wood chipper. He has to come up with a better story though. You got to do a better story. He got to be on some. So what happened? I was at war, stepped on a landmine, blew me up. Now I'm here, fought for my country. You know, it is what it is.
Gosh,
freedom ain't free, baby. Freedom ain't free.
Yeah, because folks are gonna be like, "Thank you for your service," and like,
it's all a day's work. You can't lead with it was a wood chipper. You can't lead with that. Anyways, let's get to this final topic.
It's the final topic. It's the final topic.
Oftentimes people are like, are you drunk? Well, yes. In this case,
oh gosh,
this guy was I need to pull it up here. A Trunk, Ohio dad tries to teach his 9-year-old son how to drive, and he ends up getting ran over. Says an alleged drunk father who allowed his 9-year-old son to get behind the wheel is currently recovering in the hospital after being ran over. The chaotic scene unfolded Sunday, October 6th, when Clejon Williams, 36 years old, attempted to teach his son how to drive. According to court records, during the lessons, Williams instructed his son to press down on the pedal. However, the eager boy accidentally floored the gas pedal instead, which caused the car to move abruptly in reverse. Williams was standing in the door jamb on the driver's side of the car when he was dragged under the car as it sped backwards, crashing into a pole across the street. Dramatic footage was captured during the wild moments. Fortunately, his son and another child present during the incident were uninjured. Unfortunately, Williams sustained injuries and had to be taken to the hospital for treatment. His condition remains unknown. While the investigation of the incident continues, it is known that Williams now faces charges of wrongful entrustment of a motor vehicle and child endangerment. Wonder what he was drinking.
Wow. What in the world?
Go ahead, I'll let you go first.
No, I'm just saying it. Drunk Ohio dad, but it's Ohio.
It's on brand. I was gonna say this is Midwest activities right here. You know, I mean, who didn't learn how to drive in an open parking lot with their mom or dad? Most of us, our parents weren't drunk. You know, I know my dad wasn't drinking when he took me out. Also, he was still in the car with me. But when he did get out the car, he knew to be far enough away that if something happened, maybe, I floored a little too hard, like this young gentleman did, to be far enough away that he wouldn't get ran over himself. I think most people would do that, but not this gentleman, not Clejon.
What a hell of a name right there, Clejon.
Yeah, you deserve it. You deserve that charge. You might not deserve to get ran over, but you deserve to, have your day in court, brother, because it's just stupid. That's just stupid. But also, I would love to see that footage because I know the people who were, capturing that footage. Ooh, I know that commentary had to have been lit. They done ran over this nigga. I know they was laughing. Oh shit! They done hit the pole. Like, I know that was some epic commentary.
I'm just glad that the 9-year-old's safe.
Yeah.
And hopefully she's the 9-year-old is going to be with their mother, because get this man away from this 9-year-old for real.
I think you lose all privileges. you can't watch this child unsupervised, my guy. Like, what are we doing here? Also, maybe they should get a child points on there. Like when you get your license, you already starting out with like 2 points. You already hit somebody, so 2 points, my boy. Just do better. Maybe teach them how to drive a go-kart first.
Anything else,
driving a go-kart is like driving a car and just way more dangerous. If you got to be able to at least steer and learn to brake and start with that before you get behind 1,000-pound vehicle. Like, that's just insane. But well.
That's wild.
Man, wild and crazy. Anyways, we have come to the end of episode 155. But before we get up out of here, it's time for that nothing blunt facts. Know what you guys are thinking? Is he high? Probably. Is that why this fat is like this? Or damn, Nate, you're kind of mean. That was blunt. Here we go. Boogie, I was up late the other day. I was looking through the internet, stumbled upon a video of how they make sweet and sour sauce. Did you know it ain't really red? About to fuck up a lot of people's minds right now. I'm about to mess up Chinese food for a lot of people. Maybe not, because I still eat it. But it's not really red. The sauce is actually white. And they put like red food coloring in it to make it more appetizing for Americans. I was flabbergasted. I was like, why did I watch this? Why was I up late at night stumbling through these random holes, these random threads? So
I'm not surprised.
Not surprised that the sauce was rare, or just not surprised I fell into this trap?
Both.
So with that being said, sometimes you just have to know when to stop scrolling, because you're going to mess around and you're going to end up seeing some stuff that you're not supposed to see. And now I know that sweet and sour sauce is white and they put food color in it to make it red. That is nothing but the week.
Gosh. I mean, I'm not surprised. A lot of things are actually not what the color is that what we see, just like salmon, for instance. So
yeah, when you really crack open the inside of some of these salmon, you be like, wow, what is going on? But also, salmon are probably one of the most ugliest fish in the world. When you see some of them sockeyes, it's like, why do your face look like that?
And yet we consume them. So
I'm sure we consume a lot of things that don't look appetizing. Jackfruit for the people out there. Anyways, like, subscribe on all your podcast platforms. Look what you got for the peoples.
As always, don't forget to smash that bell so you can get notified as soon as our content drops. And remember to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell that friend, to tell that friend that this is your favorite podcast and they should be listening to it as well.
listening, watching. I got a couple of alerts. SoundCloud, appreciate y'all always holding us down. Apple, Google, rest y'all. I got nothing for the people's book. You said it all. It's your favorite late night podcast that we sometimes shoot during the day. I'm Nate Galloway.
I'm Adrian Brandyberg.
And this is